Welcome back, everyone, to Light on FIFA podcast. This is episode 40.
Finally, the big 4-0.
Biggest gamer.
Adam Mark.
And today we're going to be talking about To Hell with Being a Hero. And oh boy, what chapter is 425 to 475?
Yes, sir.
And
we got the aftermath of the Big Three Coalition War. That was a lot, but also like not a lot. I think
we're in the end game.
We're in the end game. There was a lot of character development and like final preparations for final arc.
Yeah.
So it was like, so there wasn't no like huge jaw dropping things. Well, I guess some of them are pretty jaw dropping in like in the scope of the world, but like not like as a reader they're not jaw dropping. You know what I'm saying? So we also before we start get into it, you guys obviously know we just finished the war. So we just finished the war. The demons heart surrendered. They're trying to get the remains of the demon empires trying to get absorbed by the humans. They want to
seek refuge with them.
Yep. Refuge. The rest of the demons got obliterated by the Sonitas, and it's Shersha, the great demon princess.
Yeah, she's the overseer.
Yeah,
or the prophet.
Yeah, her faction is the one that's trying
was always trying to be friendly with the humans. That's what she kept saying to not fight them.
Yeah, so they're the ones that came in into their side. So that's where we're at. And Shiwu faced a strong opposition and getting those demons back into the human empire. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was a little slow at the beginning, but I think the ending result of like that mini arc of Chiwu having to go against the everybody in Shalia and like become his own person, I guess. Like it was hard to read, but the payout was worth it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was so basically when the demons showed up at the front gate, everyone was pissed.
Throwing rocks.
Yeah. And then they saw some like the remnant slave humans that were managed to escape, but obviously some of them were, messed up,
mutilated.
Yeah, so they pissed off the citizens even more. But yeah, kind of Chiwu was just like, we're taking them in. They're coming up under 7 stars protections.
Nope.
Or they were just like, he was trying to like brute force it. And Chihan was like, you got to solve this on your own, buddy. He was like, I want to see you do it.
And then he actually took. He made Philip help him. He was like, how many times have you gone against my will? Because Philip didn't want to help him in this situation. He's like, you need to learn on your own. He's like, how many times I told you that and you didn't listen to me. So this time, I'm not listening to you. Yeah. You're going to help me. You're gonna And he did help him. And Philip kind of solved the situation for him. And I was like, oh, nice. Everything handled.
Yeah, because he had it from the position of a ruler.
Yeah.
So it's like he used like a ruler's... what's the word? Reasoning.
Yeah, okay.
But because it was Chiwu with the kind of achievements or specs, people like, even though they didn't like it, they like try to respect his decision.
Yeah.
Because they felt like he was worth that respect. So at first he was talking to the locals.
Yeah, the natives.
Yeah, the natives. And they didn't accept it at first, but then when he saw the way he was talking, they slowly started to accept it. So I was like, oh, we're off to a great start.
Yeah.
And then Chu was like, oh, that's it. We're done. And then he was like, all right, bringing everyone in, screw everyone else. And that's when it was like...
Ji Hyung was like, hold up.
You screwed up, buddy.
I deny this.
Yes, we're not letting it happen.
And then it was Legend versus Little Legend. All in the front. Chiwu finds out that some of his members, who he's told very sternly at the 7 stars, he's like, hey, we need to protect the Demon Empire, like the Demon Empire like inhabitants who are coming in here, like the refugees.
Yeah,
we need to protect them. And then everybody was like, yeah, fine, no worries. But some people
took it a little lightly.
I'll say mostly Hawa. She messed up. She did her own little way of like helping the situation, but it was a disadvantage. It was not like a good PC look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she diffused the situation, but like it made it look. What she did made it look like the 7 stars was okay with what was happening to the Demon Empire.
Yeah. So basically, what's happening is that other people were having the Demon Empire fight,
They set up like an arena.
Yeah, and Hawa's like basically what he was having 7 stars go and watch. So during Hawa's watch, they were fighting, getting arguments, and she broke it up. But she kind of like turned it into, like you said, an arena, which was like, okay, this is our way to vent on them. When she was like, no, you weren't supposed to let them vent at all. You're supposed to just stop them.
It.
No fighting at all. But Hawa, she kind of took it into her own interpretation of like, I'll just let them vent. But that went away.
She wanted the merits. She's always merit hungry.
Yeah.
And they got to stir and talk to. I love that side of Chiwoo.
It was the best. So basically, what Jihyun had said is that Chiwoo is always you got 2 chances with me.
3 strikes, you're out.
Yeah. He's always been like, if you screw up the first 2 times with me, the third time, you're not getting nice
you're
Chiwoo.
done.
It's over.
Yeah.
And Jihyun was like, Noel was like, what happens when he gets mad? And he was like, I don't know, but whoever saw it didn't live to tell the tale.
Yeah. And so Jihyun is kind of forcing Chiwoo to learn and be like, you can't stick to this for everybody.
Yeah. Because he treated people too equally.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing Jihyun was trying to tell him. He was trying to tell him, like, you don't favor your people who you should favor. You treat them equally, but like the problem is that those people, they've done more to be treated better.
Yeah.
Than, like, you can't treat Ruamu the same as like the natives.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, he's done so much. You can't just be like, well, you know what? You both get a gold star. Like, you can't treat him like that. It's like, he has to be getting 5 gold stars.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, it seems like when you say it out loud, sometimes it seems like, oh, that's bad. Maybe she was like the right way about it. But then you think about it, it's like, that's just like how human relationships work.
Yeah.
Like, you're one of my best friends. Like, I want to treat you better than like somebody I met like 2 weeks ago at work who like I just started talking to.
Yeah.
That's just normal how people are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because he's always said like Chiwoo doesn't like letting people in.
Yeah.
Right. That's why he took so long for them to speak informally to each other. He always kept it formal.
Yeah.
But that's why Chihyun was like, you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
It doesn't look good. And someone else said that to him. I forget who. Was it Philo?
I think it was kind of everybody. But Hawa was the one that
Hawa started it.
Yeah.
But then was it what's his advisor's name?
Eval.
I think he was the one that told him like it's not a good look.
Yeah. He's a great advisor.
He is.
He's like low key and underrated, but he's fire.
So yeah, basically that led to the legendary angry Chiwoo scene.
Yeah.
And he was pissed. My guy dropped an F-bomb.
Yeah.
And I was rare. He does not swear. He was pissed.
My favorite part wasn't even what he said to Hawa. It's what he said to Eshina. And he was like, you know you did, right? And she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He's like, don't say you're sorry. She's like, oh. And she was like kind of speechless. And then she tried to say sorry again. And he was like, I'm not going to, like, he didn't even answer her. He just looked at her and was like, you're going to fix this by tomorrow or you're going to leave by tomorrow. And she literally had nothing to say. She couldn't even say sorry. She couldn't. And then after that whole scene, she walked out and just dropped down in tears.
Honestly, the way I imagine that scene, it's like the day after the substitute teacher came in.
Yeah.
And the teacher's pissed. He's like, the way you treated the sub.
In my 23 years.
I've never seen such a bad after part.
Yeah. I was thinking exactly that. I was thinking they were all sitting down. And then she, well, actually they weren't sitting down. Well, they're standing up. And she was like behind the desk, like Giovanni in Pokemon style. Like nobody could see him. And then he turns around and they're all just like ramrod straight or whatever.
Yeah,
like
I think he's doing like this where he's just looking into the sky. He's like, and then everyone comes. He's like, so in like a super like pissed off voice.
He drops the bomb on them.
So,
7 stars tightened up after that.
Oh yeah, they were pissed. And actually, I think though the thing that scared them the most was when he said like someone. What was the word? What was the sentence he said? He's like, someone went against my orders.
Oh, yeah.
And certain people were like. They sucked in cold back. He's like, you didn't listen to Chiwoo?
Yeah, I remember.
They're like, this is 7 stars. What are you doing?
My favorite part about it was Ruamu's
expression, because he was like, all right, who didn't listen? He was ready to cut people down.
Yeah, he had like they described him as letting go of some bloodlust, and I was like, yes, man. This man says, who didn't follow orders? First captain's about to fucking tear you up.
Yeah.
And I don't doubt he wouldn't have. If Chiwoo would have let him, like, he would have.
Oh yeah, there was. Well, that's what it was. The I think he said that to Hawa when she went specifically like against his orders, and everyone's like, "Oh, you're crazy." They're like, we're about to berate her, and then she would berate her, and they're like, oh, we feel bad for you. Even though what she did was like the worst thing ever, we still feel bad because she. And then Hawa cried too as well.
That was surprising.
Yeah,
that was surprising, especially Hawa.
They were like, this is what happens when you see a man who doesn't ever yells.
Yeah,
like,
true.
You don't want to let the badness come out.
True. And then we get the big situation where also I think the thing that tipped over Chiwoo a lot is that Shersha almost got like defiled by like 3 random heroes. Like they snuck in and they were about to do it, and Astarte, one of the great demons,
stopped them.
So I don't know what her rank is, but I don't think that ranks really matter anymore. No. So one of the old great demons stopped them and caught them or whatever. So that was what like pushed Chiwoo over that. She was, and Astarte even knew, like once she told him about that, she was like, oh, I thought you were like kind of okay with like what was going on because like your members did this, and that's how he found out about Hawa. And he was like, oh, that's when like he just left. Yeah. And Astarte was like, what did I just unleash? But that happened, and then we get the big general assembly where Chiwoo goes against his brother Chi Hyung, and basically what's gonna happen with the natives or with the Demon Empire. So that was pretty good. I love that whole speech.
Yeah, it was it was funny. Yeah. So Chi Hyung, I love how like his inner thoughts was like, damn, I've never beaten him argument. Yeah, my chance.
One of my favorite scenes of the whole argument was when Chiwoo was like, "Oh, so you're saying that because of the marginalized few did the you're gonna punish the whole group for what only part of them did?" And then they were like, "Yeah," and he was like, "All right, I'm gonna leave then." And they're like, "Why?" And he's like, "Because if that's how it is, then we're basically all accepting like war crimes or whatever. Because are all of you innocent and this and that?" And then they were like, "Oh, but you can't judge us based on a few."
And he was like, "Well, I have the balance.
The balance of
Labella's balance. Yeah. I might not be able to, but a god can." And he was ready. I think
they were saying he could personally do it.
Well, yeah, he could do it
the apostle of Labella. Like he can go and judge all of them and be like, "Let's see how the scales tip."
Yeah. Oh, you don't want to see the scales.
That was a crazy like threat, but like that he could actually pull off.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was like, "Oh, and if I leave this city, I'm killing these people right here." And he had those 3 people who almost defiled Shersha on stage.
He was like, they're done.
Yeah, like I'll behead them right now. That was a crazy threat.
Yeah.
He ended up winning. Chiwoo ended up becoming he got his like wish. Then the Demon Empire was like entered into the city, taken care of, all the food, all the construction, everything was helping. Even the half demons who hate their guts was like okay with it, even though they didn't want to be. The Boogaboos were okay with it. They helped construction.
It was just a lot of respect for Chiwoo.
And then we get his master promotion. You want to talk about what happened?
Yeah, so the master promotion where he had to accept the darkness of Demon Empire. He had to become stronger, which I guess he did. Kind of. I don't know.
I think at the point, that one he hadn't done yet.
He hadn't done it yet.
Yeah.
What was the other one? So
he had to get 3 celestial lights under his control.
Yep, he got Apolline.
Fenrir had to evolve.
Yeah.
The 5th one was accept the darkness. Or did you say that one already?
I said that.
I'll get all 7 stars.
Yes.
And then the 6th one was something random.
I don't remember.
Doesn't matter.
It didn't matter in the end anyways.
Yeah.
Because we had a legendary being that the gods were like, we don't know who this is, but there's a portal here. And we don't want to investigate it because we're scared. We're only 5th rank. This is clearly 9th.
They said they're 5th rank? I didn't see that.
They said they're, or I don't know if they said 5th or mid rank.
Okay, I think they might have said mid rank because I would have caught that 5th rank. Because I didn't know.
Someone said they were 5th rank.
Really? I'm not sure.
I thought it was
I know
it was Mala, whatever her name.
Maluya or something.
Yeah, the Boogaboo's god.
Okay, I didn't know if they said 5th rank. I know they said that the existence that called upon the white portal was above 9th rank.
Yeah.
So that was crazy.
So he goes through. They were basically saying like this is probably a better opportunity, and intuition was telling him
He
as
should
well.
definitely go. But he had to give up all his rewards for master rank.
Yeah, but they was saying like you can get better rewards, and boy did he get them.
He did.
So he travels through the portal,
Mm-hmm.
and what we see are millions of Chiwus across the multiverse.
And Chi-Yuns.
Chi-Hyuns. We saw the female versions.
You know, it's funny. They didn't describe her.
No.
It would have been funny if they would have described her and he's like, they're hot as fuck.
They didn't describe her at all. That's very intentional.
Probably very, very intentional.
But basically, they were all summoned by another female, Chiwu.
Mm-hmm.
What was her name?
Chi-Yun?
Chi-Yun.
I feel like it's not exactly the name, but you keep describing it, and I'll find the name.
And basically what happened was it was like a calling to all the Chiwus and Chi-Yuns in the universes, multiple timelines, because to get their desired result, which is obviously to save Liber and to bring his brother home.
Choi Yuju.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Yuju.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like looking for, good candidates. But obviously, in the vast multitude of the multiverses, some Chiwus and Yujus don't stand out. Yeah. Unfortunately. Trash. They're probably better than the average in their worlds, but compared against each other's in some of them, we had to, weed them out. That's what she did. She was like, trash.
And the way she weeded them out was
interesting.
Yeah. It was the super ability he has that's like question marks, and we know what it is now.
Yeah, but it was like how many letters you unlocked.
Yeah,
and some people hadn't unlocked letters at all. Some people unlocked like 1 or 2.
I think it was weird because of the translation, because like she was saying it as like syllables, and obviously the syllables for like
oh yeah, she didn't say letters, she said syllables.
And is this Korean? This is Korean novel, right?
Yeah.
So like the syllables in Korean might not be the same as like English. So like we could like if you try to count syllable for syllable, it might not make sense.
Yeah.
So kind of like take that with like that's a little translation. Like you just can't perfectly translate. Yeah. And so like millions got thrown out right there. Choi Yujus and Chiwus, they got thrown out.
And when she stopped, there was two people that she got interested in. One Chiwu and another Yuju. And
she was called Perfect Yuju.
Yeah, she'd done everything right.
And so there was so many like Chiwus. Obviously, they're all the same people. Chiwus, Yujus. They there was some nicknames. There was some funny. There was like Grumpy Chiwu, Perfect Chiwu, Stupid Yuju.
Yeah.
Which one was the other one? Perfect Yuju.
It was Perfect Yuju. Yeah.
Pervert Chiwu.
Yeah.
Saint Chiwu.
Yeah.
Which is
poor guy.
Yeah, never get your halo to S.
Yeah.
That's just a curse.
Also, unfortunate.
And then
couldn't get Evelyn in that time.
Yeah. And then Pervert. No, we said Pervert Chiwu.
Yeah. There's a bunch.
They were funny names. Yeah. I enjoyed it.
But basically what happened was she summoned them there for a training arc. And the whole point of it was to control the Heavenly King power. So it was like slowly but surely figuring it out.
Yeah.
And during this arc, it's a very painful training.
Yeah. It's like based on willpower. And your mind.
Yep. And it's trying to just control it. And her goal was to find people to control it. And obviously, like I said, it's very painful. And so everyone's going through it. And slowly and surely, more and more of the Chiwus and Yojus are leaving.
Yeah.
Because they come to the realization that they can't do it.
Can't control it.
Also, what's it called? The Yuju that summoned them.
Yeah.
She said that Chiwu was better than the perfect Yoiju, who was Yuju. I keep saying Yoi. So she got a little competitive, but yeah, that was cool. And then they were slowly doing it, whittling down until they were down to like what, final 4?
Yeah, I think their final 3 was what it was, and it was Smart Chiwu, Perfect Yuju, and then our Chiwu.
And this whole time they're all sharing information with one another. Timelines.
Oh yeah, that was big. They shared a bunch of like very useful information, like dungeons the other ones have found that maybe that our Chiwu hadn't found.
People they could find.
Their interactions with like their stars and how to get them to like unlock more of their potential. Like one big thing was Stupid Yuju told our Chiwu how to get the Fenrir cub to like awaken more. It was like give him a name. give him a name and he'll like start awakening more. And just stuff like that. One of them told Chiwu about a star that they needed to get. That was pretty big. Just stuff like that. There was a lot of useful information.
Yeah. And pretty much we came down to it.
Mm-hmm.
The last Chiwu. Oh yeah, actually, a big shocker was the war. No one was able to defend Shalia.
Yeah.
Only our Chiwu was able to. Everyone was shocked when they heard him. He was like, "Yeah, we were able to defend it." And they're like,
"What do you mean?"
They were like, "We're not talking about the first war. We're talking about the 3 faction coalition." He's like, "Yeah, I know the Cernitas, the Abyss, and the Demon Empire all came at us."
Yeah.
And he was like, "I beat them," and they were like, "What?"
Even perfect.
She was like, even I couldn't get that.
Yeah.
I was forced back to Casabili.
No, so she was forced to give up Shalia, and she saved her sister because she's a girl, so she had an older sister.
Oh yeah.
She saved her sister, and gave up on Shalia.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's what she did. And so they were like, and they all could tell that our Chiwu was like the special Chiwu.
Yeah.
Like he was the one that could like
even the future
fix the timeline.
Yoiju could tell that.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah, they all left, and it was down to future Yoiju who summoned them, and then our Chiwu. And Chiwu slowly, surely started getting it.
Yeah.
He was getting there. But then we hear the crazy secrets. One,
revelation.
Perfect Yoiju is the past of the future Yoiju who summoned him.
Or the present, I guess you could say.
Present. Technically, yes, present.
Yeah.
And
or her past, yeah.
Another revelation.
Yeah.
That she was not the first one.
Mm-hmm.
There was one before her.
Mm-hmm.
Chiwu.
Our Chiwu.
Our Chiwu from the future.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they both failed to bring back their brother and sister, older brother and sister.
Mm-hmm. They saved Liber, but lost their brother and sister in the end, which is like their main goal for going to Liber.
Mm-hmm. And so, Choi Woo, like in the future, had been helping her, trying to figure out a way.
Mm-hmm.
But then one day he disappeared. Do they imply that he, unalived?
I thought they implied that he kind of did the same thing that she's doing now.
Oh, wait. That's what it was.
Yeah.
He was trying to control the power.
Yeah.
He failed.
Mm-hmm.
And he died.
Yep.
But then we realized this Choi Woo,
mm-hmm.
and obviously he's the past, and he's giving her, he's like, trust me one more time.
Yeah.
Again. And she was like, damn it. And we also, something was weird. They did say that they liked each other.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is kind of a low-key situation. Yeah. I don't agree.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
But it is what it is.
It's like you liking your female version.
Yeah.
It's like understandable, but at the same time, kind of weird. Like, because it's your exact female counterpart.
Do I love myself? I guess I do, but I don't know if I love myself that much.
Yeah. I'd probably get sick of me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a lot. But, yeah, one big thing about this was that all the times that they were trying to control the power of the Chiwus and Yujus in there, the future Yuju was using her body as like the like material, like let's say Philosopher's Stone, everything needs one input equals an output. So the input for here was all of them using their like Heavenly King power and not automatically going insane, because they were able to like unleash their Heavenly King power. And when they were at the point of going into madness, like future Yuju would make it so that they wouldn't go into madness. They'd come back. They'd be able to keep trying. But the output, or I guess what she was using as a material to make sure that happened, was her body and soul.
So it was slowly kind of cracking.
And on that final attempt where Archie Wu finally like got it, she saw it. She was able to see it. She was like, he did it. And she disappeared.
I thought she didn't fully disappear. I thought she like kind of went sleep, like to heal up.
They described it as her like cracking, like her face cracking. So that's why I meant like I thought she like disappeared, like dissipated.
I thought it was cracking, but it wasn't fully destroyed yet.
Oh, I thought it was like a dissipation of the soul.
I thought it was like slowly, like she's slowly dissipating, but she's not there yet.
Okay, I think she dissipated entirely. Personally,
I don't think so.
Okay, we'll see.
I think she's barely up, but she's like on her last legs.
We'll see. Also, they did say that all of these different timelines can get adjusted by our Chiwu, or not our Chiwu specifically, but if any Chiwu ever perfectly controls the Heavenly King power, it will alter all the other timelines in a certain way.
Well, he does have absolute causality. That is the name of the power.
How do you say it?
Causality.
I thought it was cause wow, you messed me up because that's not how I said it in my head.
Did
and
you say
not,
causality?
no, casuality. Wow, you messed me up. There was a way I was saying it. As soon as you know what, as soon as you hear somebody else say something,
Yeah.
you like kind of like alter yours a little bit, and I can't even say the way I was
that's
saying
the way I've heard it. Causality.
Causality.
You probably say either causality or causality. You might have said one of those.
I think it's the second one, but like not in those same.
Yeah,
tones.
I understand.
Yeah. Casuality.
You might have said, or you could have said that, but it's not that.
Casuality. It's not that.
No.
How do you know?
Because casuality, that's a whole different word.
So
causality is like it's like cause and effect.
What are they talking about?
Causality, not casuality.
Say it again.
Causality. Absolute causality.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Right.
And then what is it? Oh.
And we still don't have it fully unlocked either.
No, but we find out that there's like a huge what's the word?
Misconception with the power?
Yes.
So we thought
or it could not be a misconception. Maybe it was an intended misconception.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was like the whole point was to get him to not accept who he was.
Yeah.
Because I think everyone kept saying like, "Oh, you accepted your fate." He's like, "No, I didn't. I accepted this power, but I will still change my fate."
Yeah.
And that's why Choi Hyun is so scared, because he doesn't like how casually he says that, because he knows like you trying to do that is the whole reason why I don't like you using that power.
Yeah, exactly. And so what we found out is Chiwoo he accepted his power and the power accepted him, and
because
so
they're one and the same.
Yeah, so they're kind of hit an equilibrium where the power was like filling Chiwoo up, but Chiwoo is like his vessel isn't big enough to hold. They kept saying like a bowl, like in the water. It didn't have enough. The bowl wasn't big enough to hold all the water.
Yeah.
But the water, this case like the Heavenly King power, was able to stop before overflowing Chiwoo, and that's how they hit like their happy medium. And like the power was like, I'll wait for you to expand your vessel before I like continue pouring.
Yep, and that's when he comes back, and we go into finding our new star.
Yep, the information that Chiwoo gets out, but first and foremost, before he gets his new star, he gets Apolline.
Well, it's on the way to the new star.
No, it's before the new star.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, that's right. He makes her star before, but then he gives the power up later.
Yeah. So he gets. You're right. Yeah. So I guess I gotta word that better. He got Apolline, but she didn't become a star yet.
Yeah.
So he invites Apolline to get his third celestial light. She's the fire mage from the Alphalith bloodline, who used to be his fiance when he was younger, that he knows nothing about. What else happens? He sees how everybody's grown. All the 12th recruits got there. They recruited like 3 people. They recruited a priest and another lady who's something, and then another guy who's like a warrior who killed the dragon, which I thought was pretty cool. So those are the 3 new recruits they got. Let's see what else. That was kind of it.
Yeah, pretty much. Because then after that, they do some like
it's all little like
they do some little things,
cleaning stuff up.
Yeah, and then they go to the dungeon, or they go to the part where there's supposed to be a dungeon, and on the way there, we end up. Well, it's not a dungeon. It's the lair of
the chasm.
Which chasm is it?
Despair.
Yes, Chasm of Despair. I forgot her name though.
I don't remember.
But basically, I know it was a female.
It's like Bane or something. I'll look it up.
It's not Bane.
You keep going. But
basically, they went there, and they were like, "Oh God, she's here," and the expedition party's like, "All right, let's go clean it up." So Chiwoo goes in there, messes them up. Oh, I think they're also searching for what's her face. One of his stars, or I don't know if
his new star.
Yeah, so she's here, and they're hoping to get here to save her, because they said she was gonna be near the dungeon or something.
Yep.
But obviously it's not, and Oh, that's right. She was there near the dungeon, but then the despair chasm came by, found her, and a bunch of obviously she wasn't alone.
Balaam.
Balaam
Mm-hmm.
with a bunch of other people, and she got turned into an experiment.
Yeah.
You know, so they go over there. They clear it out. Balaam's not really there, but it's kind of like her outpost.
It's like she leaves like an incarnation there. You could say like an avatar.
Yeah, and what happens is that
Camera died. That's what happened.
yeah, guys, don't worry. We're gonna get a new camera.
Give it like 2-3 weeks. We're working on it.
Yeah, we
It's an expensive camera.
we brought this camera out. We tested it, or we didn't really test it, but we kind of had hopes.
Yeah.
It died pretty fast. Oh no, it's been like 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
That's pretty fast.
That is fast. Where you're supposed to be here an hour.
Yeah,
Yes.
come on.
All right, but basically,
They go into the chasms.
they find the monster.
We also find out there that when the chasm is fighting Evelyn, because the chasm's like, Evelyn, you're not nothing no more. When you were a witch, you were scary. Now that you're a human, you can't possibly have the power that you used to have. And Evelyn was like, if I walk the normal path, maybe. But I just got my power unleashed. Because she used
the
power
power
to
to rule the
rule the
world. He was like,
hand blessed luck.
he was what's the word? Oh, apologetic. 'Cause he was like, I shouldn't have waited so long.
Yep.
She used it. It's funny how he says that to people. He sounds like some old wise master.
Yeah,
He's
he
like, I'm
does.
sorry. And he used it on her. And now she's super strong. And then there was Apolline, who used it on her, and she became crazy fire mage. So we had the Saintess and the fire mage going nuts.
Finally, we got a mage. This is like the first real mage that we've had. She's been the only mage we've known, really, to be honest.
Yeah, because Eshna, she's obviously she's kind of lackluster with the ice.
Very lackluster, bro.
And the only reason she's okay is because she already got power to rule the world, and so this is her limit.
She's supposed to grow like quicker
Stronger.
because of it,
Yeah.
but like it just hasn't blossomed yet.
Yeah, because they brought out her bloodline. But they
Yeah.
just haven't put it all the way.
Yeah, exactly. And so we get in there. We the chasm avatar is destroyed. They destroy the outpost. Everything's wrecked, and they find the star she was looking for, but the star was already experimented on to become a monster.
Yeah.
The chasm turned it into a monster, and Chibu had to use 30 points of blessed luck to revert it from its monster form back to its original form. And then the original form was a half demon, 16-year-old girl.
Yep. So they brought her back.
Obviously,
it basically looks at Chiwu like they said, like a god.
Literally,
it's like he saved her from the horrifying fate that she's had, especially since this was a half team in the Demon Empire and then used by the Chasm. So it hasn't been a good life.
Yeah.
But now he's like, time to train you.
Yeah.
So he brings her to Biak.
Yeah.
He's like, you got this.
And she's like a god in human form. That half demon.
F to B in like half a year.
Yeah.
But basically during the training they kept having her fight different members.
Yeah.
And Ruamu was like shocked. He was like
he almost basically lost. They said like he beat her by like a hair.
Yeah.
And she had been fighting for 10 days. That's insane. And
was it Shadow of the War God or something?
She's the late bloomer.
Late bloomer of the War God.
Yeah. So that's her deposition or her title. And so she's gonna be she got trained up. Chiwu actually got the star from the first place because the other Chiwus in that like parallel world system.
They told them about her.
And they said that she's the one star that you're gonna want to take a power from. The other ones are ones that like you've given a power and they like grow stronger, but this one's for you. Like you need her to become like your greatest self.
Yep. Oh, he also gave her core balance to fix her body because it was pretty bad. And Biak was like, we can make her stronger, but her body's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
And he was like, I got this.
Yeah. And so and her body was wrecked. And so she was trained up.
She had black blood spilling all out of her. They messed her up.
Yeah, that was real bad. But we were able to train her. She got and she got blessed, and her blessed luck total was 10 points to 70 points.
Oh yeah,
70 points of blessed luck. That's how much he started with originally. 70 points. He's it all on one person.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so the author explained, it was like, it's the way the luck works differently is because he's taking a power from her, and it's going into account for his power as well. So obviously taking into account Chiwu and Flora, obviously combined, they're like the super talents.
Yep.
It was a lot of blessed luck.
Yeah, 70 points. Yeah. He used a total of 100 blessed luck on her.
I mean, even Shihan said that her talent was so great, she could technically surpass him.
Yeah.
But he was just like, I've never been scared of that because look at my brother.
Yeah, true.
Number one talent, even to Flora.
True. And like, it's funny because they even said Flora was so gifted. If she was just trained from
from birth.
From birth, like she could have saved Liber.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And it makes sense too, because Shihan, I think, is not like, he's not at full power, because like he's like from outside the world and he needs like the gods and everything. But her as a native for Liber, she wouldn't be like have any the debilitating effects. So she might be strong if she was fully trained. She could have been stronger than Shihyun on like on the planet.
Yeah.
That happens. We get the ability from Flora called the Heaven's Vessel, which we can obviously see is a way that Chi Wu will be able to better handle his Heavenly King power and expand his bowl.
Yeah.
And also during all this was Chi Wu started training with Philip from the advice from the other Yujus and Chi Wus that's saying like Biak is good at the basics, but if you want to reach like that perfection, that master, maybe not perfection, but if you want to advance even further, then Philip is who you want to train you. And Philip did a pretty good job, it seemed like. He was expanding Chiwu's bowl before even like the Heaven's Vessel came.
Yeah.
And was that everything before we head out?
Pretty much. I don't think there's anything else big.
We got Apolline joining, we got Flora joining.
Chiwu. Choi Hyun stepped down for Chiwu to become one of the leaders.
Hawa situation. You want me to go over it?
Yeah.
So Hawa, obviously, before, she messed up bad. And she was thinking out, she was like, how can I get back in his good graces? Because she knew if she continued how she was just going to, like, forget about her completely, never call on her again, and, like, she could leave 7 stars and he wouldn't bat an eye. But we have to remember that she has her oath to Labella, saying that if she needs to be she needs to be by Chiwu's side and be ready to give her life for Chiwu at any moment's notice. And if not, like, Labella will take her power away automatically. Like, this is why I've given you power, to, like, be by his side. So if you're not by his side, why do you have power? And so she's like, what do I do? What do I do? And she's like, I need to find a way to, like, get him to notice me. So she actually does something pretty smart, was that to find Flora originally, Chiwu had to put up a bunch of notices. And finally he put a notice on a Pertum. Is that how you say that?
Yeah.
The big tower of knowledge where like everybody goes to trade. And he said like a bounty basically, like, does anybody have information on this person? And this little kid comes and gives the information. Chiwu gives him a ton of money, forgets about it. Hawa sees that and she's like, I know how this world works. You give a kid $1 million, send him home. He has no parents, nobody around him. What's gonna happen to this $1 million? Somebody's gonna rob the kid. And so she protects him, and she sends she even like sets up guards for him, like from the Demon Empire. Like, hey, anything happens, you be there, protect him, make sure nothing happens. And actually, something did happen. Somebody tried to fight him or try to steal his money, and the demons saved him. And Chiwu heard about it. He was like, I see that you're like changing in a positive direction, and I like that. And so, but he also at the same time said to her that like he was kind of like. He was at a crossroads with her because he's always known that Hawa is very
just for her,
and like depending on how you germinate her, she can go straight like hard toward herself and darkness, or to like the betterment of mankind.
Yeah.
And so even his intuition didn't give him any notice. He was like, asked his intuition, what should I do? And it was dead silent. This is on you. And so he straight up asked her, he's like, hey, what do you want for this? Like, you did something good. What do you want? And she's like, I want power. And he's like, if you want this, I can give it to you. But I want you to know, if you ever step out of line, I will end your existence.
Yeah.
Like, literally like that. Like, I will end you. Is I think exactly his words, which is crazy. He's not playing no games. He's like, you. And even all the Chi Yus and the Yujus were like, you got to be careful how, because like it's very.
She's a slippery slope.
Slippery slope type of lady, and she's always been very like about her. You know, like you said, like merits over everything. How do I become the strongest version of me without like thinking of others? But I think she's gonna get in line because of this, because like she was even
because of her oath too.
Yeah. Her, if it wasn't because of her oath, there's no way.
Yeah,
that oath is very like binding, and that's all. I think that's obviously why LaBella did it in the first place, because she knew that like this girl, if it was up to her, she'd be like an assassin, and just be totally in the shadows.
Yeah.
And that was the last thing that happened before Chi-hyun made an announcement after talking with the Last Dragon that humanity, or Shalia, was gonna fight the Abyss while the Casabia League stayed behind in case the Cernitas attacked and defend against the Cernitas. You want to go over the Abyss arc?
Yes. So the Abyss. Legendary Abyss King.
Yeah.
Basically what happened was, when they got over there, they found out he's gone. Nowhere to be seen.
Yep.
Disappeared. And then they were like, all right, let's go to sleep. We'll figure it out in the morning.
Yeah.
Wake up. No one's to be found. She was like, where'd everyone go?
Yeah.
He finds Chi-hyun. He's just sitting there eating. He's like,
that was hilarious.
He was chilling.
Eating a sandwich.
Yeah, he was like, just sit down and relax.
Yeah.
You know, we can't do anything anyways.
Yeah.
And basically what happened was the Abyss King created the 9 Abyss worlds and separated each of the expedition force into each of the 9 worlds. The Abyss King devoured the chasms. Was it? It's 9 or 7 chasms?
7 chasms.
He devoured the chasms. Sent them over there to fight off the expedition force and slowly whittle them down. And Chi-hyun was like, so we got 2 options. We sit here, wait, trust them to beat them up. Or 2, we don't wait. I throw you in. Or I don't know if it's what he said, but like we go on with the original plan.
I think it was just to tear up the space, all the worlds, and like just go directly to the Abyss King.
Yeah, but doing that would destroy, kill everyone.
They wouldn't kill them, but their fates would be unknown.
Yes, because we don't know where the Abyss worlds are. They
said the situation would be similar to that little pocket in the Salem Kingdom where we found like that 63rd Great Demon King, Andreas or something like that.
So like we might not be able to go to those worlds to save them unless it just opens up randomly.
Exactly.
So he was like, we trust him. She was like, all right, I'll trust them.
He didn't even say that, to be honest.
Well, I mean, he said that in his head, but he didn't say it out loud.
I was honestly surprised that Chiwoo actually never gave an answer. It was kind of like because of other events happened that like he had an answer. He didn't actually say that like he trusted them. I was surprised by that because that's the whole point of his 7 stars.
But right? I think he's supposed. The whole point is like him being there with the 7 stars too, right?
But I thought like he's giving them a lot of things that they're like. Obviously, he's supposed to be the light, the sun that gives them light. But like he wants them to be able to shine on their own, you know. And like,
but it's kind of like early game, you know.
It's not early game no more, bro.
Oh, I mean, but for the development, because they haven't fully developed.
Not fully, but they're at least 80% of the way there. Some of them, there's obviously differences in them, like Ruama.
Yeah, and he did clap that guy.
Oh, it was badass, bro. And I love that they started like that because all 7. So there was 9 worlds. 1 was the Abyss King. 1 was the Abyss Queen, which Evelyn was in, which is important. And then the rest of them were kind of everybody was random. And the first world we go to is Ruamu, and he actually meets, I think it's Golgus.
Yeah, I forget which. It's like a general.
Yeah, it's one of the Abyss Kings or one of the Abyss Chasms, and it's actually the strongest Abyss Chasm. It's like right. It's basically the right hand man of the Abyss King. And Ruamu destroys this man. Like, literally not even a chance. Like, there was no way he was winning. Ruamu, like, wiped the floor with him. Within, like, it seemed like a minute.
Yeah, pretty much did not stand a chance.
Wrecked him. And then we found out that Evelyn got was in the 8th world, I guess you could say. And she was in the world with the Abyss Queen. So there were 7 chasms, then a world with the Abyss Queen, and then 1 with the Abyss King. In the Abyss Queen world, the Abyss Queen gave the authority that she originally had to Evelyn to be able to connect the worlds.
Yep, untangle the thread that Shihyun was saying was like, "You want me to untangle this thread? It'll take way too long."
Yeah, because all 9 worlds were like 9 threads, like tangled in a ball.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's like think of it. That's right.
Yeah.
He was like, just think of it as like all the circles intertwined. So it's like, all right, how do we undo this without destroying this?
And Evelyn could just create like portals to each world.
Yep. So she would go there and when they killed the chasm, the world was being destroyed.
Yeah, it started deteriorating, and the Abyss King's whole thing was that he didn't care if the Abyss chasms won or if the expedition won. When the world crumbled, he absorbed the whole world and everybody in it, so he'd get all their power. But Evelyn was able to stop that by rescuing the people in the world. So she rescued Ruama first, and then she goes to Emmanuel's world. And Emmanuel, I'm not gonna lie, he almost let me down.
He almost let us down, yeah.
As my namesake, bro, I was like, you better not lose this, man. And he came out.
He barely came out.
He barely came out, but I gotta say, I love the heart.
Yeah.
I love the heart. Even though they said he ended as like, basically he looked like a piece of charcoal. But like, he won. All right.
He got the dub. He got the
dub. He killed the chasm. That's all that matters. He kind of had his mini breakthrough, I guess you could say. Because he thought he was gonna lose, and the thought of like him losing before like completing his mission, he was like, "This isn't why Chiwu picked me."
Yeah,
like he picked me to shine the way. And that's why I was saying like he wants his like lights to shine in their own way, you know. Emmanuel won. Then Evelyn got there, saved that world, and then they got to Yunael's world.
Yeah, she was like, they were fighting a group battle against one. You know, she didn't hold her own. She's like, "Damn it, you couldn't wait that much longer. I almost had him."
Yeah, because Yunael said she was gonna win, and I don't doubt her. But she hadn't killed him yet.
Yeah.
And then she got
help.
She got helped. And then she was like, "Wait, you mean them? They already killed their chasms by themselves? And you had to help me?"
She was pissed.
She was pissed. And then we went to the 4th world. What was it? With Yerio?
Yeah.
And what happened with that one?
I don't remember. But I feel like it was quick. Like, they didn't mention it too much.
I remember. They Yerio is like the engineer lady.
Yeah.
And she was with the Boogaboos. And basically, they didn't have any strong fighters. So what they did is they set up a big fortress. Like they engineered a fortress, and right when they were about to get overrun, Ramu and Evelyn showed up with Yunael, killed them, or not them, obviously the chasm, rescued them, got onto the new world, and the new world was where Apolline was, and Apolline wrecked house. And so they went through that. Basically, they kept doing that, and they went through 7 of the 8 worlds, right?
9
of the 9 worlds. But the one where, so then there was just one left. No, I think they went through 6. Or did they go through 7?
No, it might have been 6.
Yeah, I think they went through 6, and they were going to go to the 7th, because technically Evelyn was in the 8th, so that one's already, like, fixed.
Yeah.
So technically the 7th world would have been, like, the last one they needed to conquer, and then they,
then it was the Abyss King.
And then the Abyss King, but the Abyss King was not just going to wait around. So he stepped into the 7th world, and he kind of took it over.
Well, he absorbed it, yeah.
I don't know if he absorbed it, because then I think everybody would die. I'm not sure if everybody died in there.
No, I thought he absorbed... No, not the 7th one. I thought he absorbed the other one they were trying to get to.
Oh, yeah. So he absorbed, like... I thought he, like, connected the 7th and the 9th worlds to make them together. And, like, basically not allow anybody else to enter them, is how I read it.
Oh, I kind of read it as she was going to the next world after Apolline, and she just couldn't.
I also read it like that, but I think the reason is because he connected the 7th to the 9th world, and his authority is the same as Evelyn's.
I don't know.
So she couldn't usurp it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I thought he went to go in to take the other world that they were trying to get.
Yeah, I think he did, but he did it before they got there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so then... They had conquered 6 worlds, and then Evelyn's world, if you want to say they conquered 7 worlds, but they couldn't get into the 8th one, which would be the final world because it's connected to the Abyss King's world. And we basically ended the book, or ended the 50 chapters with Shi-hyun giving Chiwoo a choice. Take it away, bro.
He was like, "All right, it's time. You can
2 options.
I can open a portal.
Yeah.
Send you over there to fight the Abyss King.
Yeah.
And I'll hold the portal, but you gotta fight him by yourself. By me holding the portal, those guys won't die.
Yeah.
But if not, we'd let them die and we can go together.
Yeah.
And basically he asked his intuition.
Yeah, he asked Chiwoo for his intuition. Yeah.
He was like, "It's dangerous." And she was like, fuck it, we're not going. And Choi was like, I have to do this.
Yeah.
I can't leave them behind. Because Chihan was like, if it's between you and the Expedition Force, it's you every time.
And it was funny. He didn't just say it like that. He said it's between you and every single member on that expedition force. I'm picking you every time. I was like, sheesh, real guy. But damn.
Yeah. And then Philip had to step in. He was like, you got to let him go, man.
Yeah.
You got to trust him. It's time. And she was like, fuck it. You better kill his ass.
Yeah. And she was actually pretty funny. He was like, man, is that the only thing you're worried about? I wanted all the merit points from killing him anyway. So Chi-Hyung sends him over. And that's the end of the 50 chapters. We'll find out that and into the book.
Yeah.
Next time we read.
That's what we're waiting for. 522.
522.
Yep.
And to be honest, I gotta say we haven't even seen Shi-Woo go full power yet after he got his Heaven's Vessel ability, or we haven't seen him go full power after the training arc with the other Yujus and Chus.
Yep.
So
we're in for
his power is not just gonna be like a 1+1. Like he didn't just go from B to A rank. Like I think he's like S rank right now.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I think he might be above. Well, no, he's not above Chi-Hyung, but he's close. And I think these next 50 chapters he'll keep like expanding his bull until he is above him. Yeah. And I need to see a dual battle between them. Like not against each other, but them fighting somebody. Like the Cernitas. I think that'll be epic.
I think that might happen.
Yeah. It was a good 50 chapters though. It was slow. It wasn't slow. It was more like it was a lot more information than anything. But it was good. Like I'm not upset at it at all.
Yeah, I liked it.
It was just a lot. It was a different pace than everything else we read, you know? Go 50 chapters. Anything you want to talk about predictions or anything you got?
Predictions? I don't have any predictions. Mostly because I feel like I feel like Liber isn't the end of it. I feel like there's something more just because of having Heavenly King power.
We have like 47 chapters left.
Those chapters are long.
Yeah, honestly, I could see them beating the Abyss within another 5 chapters. And then the Cernitas within another 10. Then the last 30, I have no idea what happens.
Yeah.
That's why I don't even know what to predict, bro. Like, I think he's gonna, like, use his Heavenly King power, but on what?
Yeah, well, I feel like the prediction is, like, what is the scary thing that Chi-Hyun is, like, what is, like, gonna come out from the other side of the universe?
Well, let's talk about things that haven't been answered. The 9th grade god that's like over his shoulder at all times.
Oh yeah, Princess Sahi.
Yeah, something like that. I want to know. I want them to come into play. What else? The creation of a new demon lord, because the Cernitas absorbed Ball and her existence, which is like the demon lord existence, and basically they said that the demons can't go back to the demon world because the gate is closed because the demon lord is the only one that can control the gate, and until the Cernitas gives up the Ball's existence, they can't create a new demon lord, and basically the Cernitas are the demon lord right now.
Yeah.
So they can control that gate. So the demons are stuck in the middle world, which is Earth. That I want to see Chi-Woo fight a god. Like a genuine god.
He probably will.
He probably will. What else? I want Chi-Hyung to go full power at least once.
Yeah.
Because he's been hyped up as a legend this whole novel.
And he still hasn't used like any close to his full power at all.
We saw one time against Chi-Woo actually him go like full power, but that didn't see. First of all, he was on a timer of 7 seconds or something like that, and it sounded like it wasn't his ultimate move either.
It wasn't.
Like we need to see like peak Chi-Hyung. Like I need you can't hype us up for that long and not give it to us. Yeah. You know. What else? His parents get their memory back. That reunion between the 4 of them. Like I think they're gonna have a chicken dinner or something like that.
His mom, because his mom's identity is so confusing.
Yeah, she's a Holactia.
Yeah.
And we actually finally got her name. I can't remember it off the top of my head.
Yeah, I can.
But they name dropped her, and they name dropped the dad. I'm pretty sure for the first time too. I was shocked.
Legend.
Yeah, the previous legend. I forget his name, but they name dropped both of them. It was like Choi's son or something.
Oh yeah, Choi Sion or something.
Sion, yeah. And then her was, I forget her name, but they name dropped it. I was excited to see that. I feel like they didn't put enough emphasis on them.
Yeah,
thought they'd give like a little like backstory, like she did this, he did this, but they didn't do none of that. What else did we get? Do we want to get Fenrir to become Fenrir?
Oh yeah.
Awaken. What else?
That's kind of it.
That's kind of it. Yeah. 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 That's quite a bit though. The Last Dragon, I want to see her fight one time. We haven't really seen it. I don't think we will, to be honest.
No, I don't think it matters either.
It's just because she's a dragon. Like we saw her do like one breath attack. That's it in the coalition war. Yeah, it was a good 50 chapters. It's a good 50 chapters.
Mhm.
The next 47 chapters will be good. Oh, and for the side stories, guys, we're gonna mention them on another podcast. Not the next time we talk about this, unless they're like fully complete. Then we will. But if they're not, which we don't think they will be, we'll talk about them when they're complete in a separate podcast.
Yeah.
It's like a part of a podcast instead of like a full episode. And yeah, that's the hell of being a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are we reading next week again?
Absolute Resonance.
Absolute Resonance. It just hit it's 1,000 chapter mark, guys.
Yes.
I think we're doing 940 to like 1,000 plus whatever it is by the time we do the episode. And they're going to that Spirit Resonance cave, if I remember correctly. Yeah, and they might have some Sacred Void Sect ruins in there, something like that.
Yeah. So we'll see if he gets what was he looking in there? Oh, that's right. Upgrade his resonance.
Yeah, I think they all become 8th rank here.
Yeah. Maybe he gets 988.
Yeah, you think he goes 988?
I'm kind of hoping.
I think he goes all 8. I don't think he gets 9.
At the very least, he goes all 8.
I think he goes I think he gets all 8, and he gets he might get a quasi 9, so he starts getting that avatar thing.
Okay, quasi 9. Okay.
And he I also think he breaks through the Fiend finisher and becomes a Heavenly Pro stage. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
I think he becomes Heavenly Pro stage in this arc.
Okay.
All right. And now Beyond the Timescape, 150 to 200. Finally, the end of our 200 chapter review. We're gonna tell you guys what we think of I can't even say his name, but Beyond the Timescape's and protagonist
Zhu King.
Zhu King. He's a god. Or is he a devil, or is he a ghost? Which one is it?
I don't know.
Because you know how what's this author's name again?
Urgen.
Yeah, Urgen. He has like all these books, and there's like they name them as like one's a devil, one's a god, one's a demon,
immortal,
and one's an immortal. It's like the 5 like ultimate Daos or something. We don't know which one this guy is, but honestly, every time I want to say they're all devils because they're all like bloodthirsty and ruthless. He's definitely more so than any of them, though. These 50 chapters have been pretty big. What happens? Oh, they did some crazy stuff in these 50 chapters, actually. They pulled off a never-before-seen heist.
Yeah.
Him and his captain. I love their dynamic.
Their duo, yeah.
Their duo. And then, like, when they get that boat guy who, like, bets on them and stuff and, like, helps them out with materials, he's hilarious. He's like, my fortunes rise with them.
He's like, we live and die together.
Yeah. Which I love that. He's gotten crazier in these last 50 chapters. Like his how far he's willing to go for things, like, and what he's like willing to risk has increased, bro.
Oh yeah, you gotta take crazy risks to get crazy strong.
I know, but he was like very cautious and like,
in the past. But it was funny because after it, he was like, I might not do this again.
Yeah. And it was hilarious because right after he was like, I'm not gonna do this again, the captain gave him another opportunity. He was like, maybe one more time. Because those rewards are tempting, man. He's gotten some of the craziest rewards available in this world, to be honest. Especially, well, I'm not gonna spoil them. But he gets some pretty cool abilities here. So how would you say everything is? You know, the fighting, cultivation, the storyline, the character development. How you feel about everything?
Cultivation is S.
Yeah.
Fighting is S.
Okay.
See, character development, I'd say that's actually S too.
I would say that as well.
Especially because I feel like it's definitely like, you know, the same, different but the same. Yeah. I think it's perfect for Zhu King.
I'd say they also have humor in there.
Humor is fun.
I give it a B, but it's enough.
It is enough.
It's enough that like it complements everything well. Especially with our patriarch.
The world, yeah.
That's all I'll say, the patriarch.
The world, S, 100%.
Yep.
So I'm so ready to explore the rest of the world.
Same.
100%.
I love how there's so many races.
Yeah.
And they all seem like pretty important, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like that. What else? Yeah, it's all really, really good. I think the side characters are developed enough. And I think he's actually developing Ergen is developing these side characters more than he would in his other novels.
I think so, because they've definitely had way more screen time.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're going to be really important for a long time.
Yeah, like the captain, I feel like he'll be important for a while. I'm honestly, there are some like questions I have, but I like that. I don't want to know everything, you know?
Yeah, everyone. I think that's another big thing with this novel. Everyone has their secrets.
Yeah, and nobody really discloses them.
Yeah. They're deeply hidden.
Yeah. One thing I will say as a warning: our main character, Zhu King, he better learn how to use romance. Because if his current predicament continues to the end of the novel, it's gonna be a desolate era type of thing.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, don't be clueless, my man. don't. And I guess he's somewhat started to not be clueless. He just doesn't care. Indifference, yeah. And it's like, man, just get a crumb and you'll change your mind. I don't know, but I just hope that changes a little bit. Just because I don't like when my characters are like incredibly stoic. Like, loosen up at least once, bro. Come on. I'm not saying go to a brothel, but like, there's people throwing themselves at you and you like them. Pursue it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I really like it though. I gotta say, if I gotta give it a rating, it's 10 out of 10.
Yeah, 100%.
This I have stopped reading because I wanted to like let it pile up, and I didn't want to keep reading chapter by chapter.
No, it's dreadful.
It was horrible. We stopped reading chapter 300.
Yeah.
So like I think it's like 330 or something right now.
Wait till 400.
Wait till 400 or something like that. But it's good, guys. It's good. You guys need to read this.
I think
like out of all the books we read, like this one, highly rated.
It's addicting. It's hard to stop at 300.
The only reason I really stopped is like the slow torture of one chapter a day was actually worse.
Mm-hmm.
Like I felt like I was just never getting enough. Like I was going to drink some water, and they only had like a fourth of a cup of water every time. And it was like yes, my mouth is wet now. Pause, but like that's it. My thirst has not been quenched.
It has not.
Yeah, that's beyond the timescape.
Yeah,
good novel, great novel. So next week we're doing a solo pod for Absolute Resonance.
I'm excited.
Yeah. That'll be episode 41.
The spiritual cave is gonna be amazing. Hopefully, I think it'll probably be done in 60 chapters.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's gonna be a lot. I think something might spin off of the spiritual cave, but it won't. But it'll be a totally new arc, you know. So
I wonder. I really thought we were gonna see Jian King in there, but she didn't go.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Pissed.
Yeah, same.
I thought they were gonna duel up here and be like, we're gonna beat their asses. I was really hoping for that.
Yeah, same. Well, we'll see her soon. I don't think we'll see her in these 60 chapters.
No, not what? We definitely are.
Really?
I think we're gonna meet up.
I don't think so.
Come on.
I don't think so. I think maybe. I'm
betting my life savings.
Because I think they're not gonna meet in the spiritual cave. But I think in the next arc after the spiritual cave, I think they will meet up. But I don't know if they'll get deep enough into that arc that we'll see her. Is what I'm thinking, you know?
Okay. That's understandable.
So we'll see. But all right, that's been episode 40 of Light Novel Fiends Podcast. This has been Adamar.
Biggest Gamer.
Peace.
Peace out.